Hi everyone, welcome to Grow Roots. This is Shannon, and today my husband and I are going to get started on building this brand new garden bed that you see behind me. This is a new space, a new garden space in our backyard. They used to be covered up by a trampoline, and so I've got some plants that I've already purchased that are spaced out to where I think I want them, but I'm going to be moving them in just a moment. I'll show you the whole process and talk it through with you so that you know what to do to prepare your own brand new garden space if you are going to do that this fall. So the fall is the absolute best time to plant a new garden bed, especially if you're going to be doing a garden bed with perennials like I am. And the reason is because it cools off significantly in the fall, and then also the plants still have time to establish some roots before the ground gets freezing. And in our area of North Texas, the ground doesn't really freeze completely. We're in zone 8A, 8B, but it's still the best rule of thumb to do that in the fall. All of your transplants and planting new perennials, that's all best done in the fall. Now, to be honest, it's not quite fall here in North Texas. However, we're actually today's the last day of August, and tomorrow is September 1st, and we are in the 80s. We had a significant cold front come through, and then I think some more maybe today or tomorrow. And for the next 2 weeks, our temperatures are supposed to be in the 80s and our lows are supposed to get down into the 60s. I think even in a few days, our low might be in the high 50s, which is unbelievable. A lot of rain in the forecast, which if you're going to do a new garden bed, you plant it before the rain. That way everything's kind of getting watered in and settling, and I think it's going to work out really, really well. I do think this is false fall, okay? Where we might have a warm up after this, don't get me wrong, but as long as I'm on top of it and stay on top of the watering process, if we warm up, which we likely will, the perennials will be fine. I'm not putting anything in here that's going to be significantly heat stressed or anything like that. These are all Texas tough, heat tolerant plants. So they're going to be just fine even if we do warm up. But I'm super excited. So come along with me, and here we go. Okay, so I'm going to go through what a lot of these plants are and where I'm locating them. If you've seen some of my most recent videos, this might be redundant for you because I have gone through these containers in my container garden tour. Not all of them though, and I didn't tell you guys exactly where I was going to be placing them. So if you've already seen this, you're not interested, you can skip ahead. I'll put the timestamp that you can skip ahead to when we actually start working. But for now, I'm going to go through whatever plants I have for you and let me know what I have designed, what I have planted out. So I'm going to start in this corner. This corner is going to be kind of fun because, let's see, we're midday right now. And this area right close to the fence is definitely going to be like pretty much full shade. The plants are going to get some dappled sun like this, but there might only be maybe even 1 hour of the day where this is complete sun, and then the rest of the day it's underneath a tree canopy, so it's all going to be shade and part shade-ish. So right here against the fence here is Paisley Pup Dog Hobble. Just look how awesome that plant is. This is a shrub. It's also known as Lycothoe. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. But this is just such an interesting shrub. When I saw it on Proven Winners Direct website and saw that it was full shade to partial sun, and it gets, I think it gets 3 to 4 feet tall, 2 to 3 feet wide, something like that. I just knew that this would be something I might be interested in because I love variegated foliage and foliage that grows a different color and then changes color throughout the season. This also is evergreen, so that's going to be fabulous. Back here already, planted already before we got here was, I think this is a, what did they call it? It's a holly of some kind, and it's growing wild back there, see? And it's kind of coming through the fence, which I totally actually love. It's evergreen as well, so that'll be nice. And I'm like toppling over some of the plants that I already did. There's Chloe, our backyard garden cat. Say hi, Chloe. You're in every one of my backyard tours. Yes, you are. You're sweet. Huh? Yes. Hi. Right over here is a hydrangea macrophylla, struggling just a little bit in this container, but I think it'll do much better once it's planted in the ground. And this was propagated, I think, actually a couple years ago I propagated that, but I think that'll be a good spot for it. It'll only get dappled sun and it should be pretty good. Even this like midday, this, I don't know, actually it is a little bit borderline right there. I may switch the hydrangea macrophylla and put it over there and put the paisley pup here, because paisley pup can tolerate part shade. So that switch actually is going to get done right now that I think of it. It's good kind of talking things through on video, because I realize in midday that that's not going to like that spot. That hydrangea macrophylla is not going to like midday sun. So there we go. I just made that change. And then this border, which I just knocked over this, but I have 12 different daylilies. They're not different. They're all the same. They're Stella d'Oro. So they're going to be kind of a garden border for me. And I do have a different type of daylily. It's a peach variety. I have no idea what the name is. And I'm on the fence of filling in some of these spaces with my other daylily variety that's peach, because I have a lot that need to be divided. I wouldn't have 12, but I could slowly fill in these spaces with the peach variety. I kind of like the idea of having all of this yellow, like a solid yellow border. So I'm on the fence with that, but I don't have to do that now. Like I could just have them be that way and that'll be fine. Another plant that's going to come right in front of that, that's going to come in front of the daylilies, is lemon balsedum. I got a flat of that yesterday. Super excited about that. That's going to be evergreen. It's just such a great pop of color. They have little yellow flowers in the spring, which I actually do love. Hopefully I will be successful with that. And one of the reasons I chose that plant is because if my dog pees on them, because they're going to be right on the border, they are salt tolerant, which means that they should be able to handle a little bit of dog urine. I also bought gypsum to mix in the soil of this front border. Number one, because my dog has already gone to the bathroom in these areas before. So, and then number two, because he's going to probably continue to do that. So gypsum is something that you can mix in as a soil amendment that aids in the grass or the plants recuperating themselves after, dog urine. So I have some gypsum, so I will lay that in this area of the soil. This plant right here is Perfectamundo fuchsia carpet azalea. Super happy about this one. So just a side note, these three plants right here are strategically there because they like shade, but also they like acidic soil. So I have soil acidifier, and then this area of the ground, I will be mixing in soil acidifier with everything to make sure that they have the acid in the soil that they love. Just a little side note, y'all, what I will be doing after filming this actually is I'll be taking all these plants out. My husband's going to get out our tiller and we're going to be tilling all of this. And the soil is actually pretty good, to be honest, but we want to mix in, it's never been a garden bed before. So we're going to be mixing in some organic compost. We're going to be mixing in some expanded shale, which let me show you. This is sold at a lot of your nurseries, not Lowe's or Home Depot, surprisingly, but I got this at Callaway's, but in our area, D&L carries it. And I think probably Green Acres, a lot of the nurseries will carry expanded shale. And so those are 40-pound bags, and we're gonna mix some expanded shale in. And then, like I said, on the garden border, we're mixing in gypsum. And then for the soil, the acid-loving plants, we're mixing in soil acidifier. And like I said, the soil actually already is pretty good. It's not super condensed clay. Like this area of our yard is super condensed clay for whatever reason. And then this area, because it's had a lot of leaf litter over the years from the trees, it's actually pretty thick with some nutrients, and it's pretty well draining, I think, already. But we're still going to do some soil amendments just to make sure. So back to the plants. Another shade slash part shade plant that I'm hoping will do okay. It's struggling at the moment. It's Invincible, a mini Mauvette, and this plant, long story, struggled. I've been kind of doctoring it up and helping it along, and it's got some new growth at the base, so I think it's going to survive. Hopefully it will survive the planting, but I love this. This is like a different type of hydrangea. This is a smooth hydrangea, and I've never had a smooth hydrangea before. And this is miniature size with pink blooms. Like, this is not, these blooms are not like dependent on cold. They're not depending on the soil being acidic. They are always pink. And let's see, this is definitely a compact one. This is 2.5 to 3 feet tall and wide, zones 4 through 8. And this area is definitely, it's part sun at best. Honestly, it's in the sun right now, midday, but you see how close the shade is. It's going to be shaded, like right now, what is it, 1 o'clock in the afternoon? So it's shaded 2 p.m. on, and it doesn't get in the sun until, maybe even 11 or 12. So it's not, I think it'll handle it just fine. Even the tag says full sun, I think. Yeah, sun or part shade, but this will do just fine, I think. The one next to it is Firelight Tidbit. So that is a hydrangea paniculata, much more compact habit than like your limelight hydrangea or anything like that. And let's see, 2 to 3 feet tall and 3 feet wide, zones 3 through 8. Yeah, this is sun and part sun as well, so it's going to be fine. This one's doing really good. It struggled at first when I bought it as well, but it's doing great. And then let's move on to these two plants back here. Now, starting from here that way, we're definitely in part sun. So these areas get 4 to 5 hours of sun each day. And so back here is yarrow, which I think will do fine. I've grown yarrow in, those 5 hours of sun a day, and they've done fine. Well, maybe. But this is Summer Pastels yarrow. And that is too, except that one struggled, but it wasn't due to light. It was because I was overwatering it, and then I was underwatering it, and that's not good for any plant. So that's not the plant's fault. That's user error. These 3 plants are Cheyenne Spirit Echinacea, just the most beautiful colors. I've wanted Cheyenne Spirit for a long time, and I found these on sale at Shades of Green in Frisco, Texas, and just had to have them. So I've got 3 of those. So that'll make a nice little, I guess you call it mass planting, because 3 or more plants is considered a mass planting. And then here is I believe the variety is Betsy Shasta Daisy. I have this, but there's several plants in here. And I think I'm just going to be dividing it into 2 when I plant them. So one is going to be right here, and one is going to be on the other side of those stones. I'm keeping the middle completely free of plants right here because we have to get a lawnmower in and out of that shed, and I need to go in and out. My husband needs to go in and out. So this is going to be empty, probably mulched. I don't know, stones perhaps. We haven't really decided yet because we can't really agree yet, my husband and I. So anyway, 1 Shasta Daisy on that side, 1 Shasta Daisy on that side. So moving on to this side, and again, this area right here is about 5 hours ish of full sun. So this is, in between a part sun and full sun kind of dealio. And then back there again is going to be shade and part shade. So let's start over here. Against here, I have Texas Rock Rose. So I have 2 of those Texas Rock Rose. They are super Texas tough. They're native to Texas. I wish they were blooming for you. They're about to bloom like crazy. But these are nice, cute little pink flowers that are kind of in a star shape, or the petals are star shaped. And they're just really cute. And so I think that'll be really pretty. And then right here in front is Veronica. I am so happy about this plant. I was so happy to find it. I've been looking for Veronica for so long. And I found it again at Shades of Green as part of their sale. And they didn't say what type of Veronica it was, but I'm pretty sure this is Roman candles from all of the pictures that I look at and looking at the leaf shape. It matches the color and leaf shape of Roman candles the best. So super happy about that. If they had more, I would have bought more, but I do have just one, which I guess I could divide that into two, because there's the two. I don't know. I'll find out. But, and then I have a Russian sage, which this is supposed to be little spire Russian sage. I definitely want a more compact Russian sage, and they're a little bit more leggy than I want them to be. So I'm starting to rethink this Russian sage thing. I don't know. I do not know. I know they're super tough. I love the color of the foliage, and then I love the colors of the flowers, but I might put Mystic Spire Salvia in here instead, and then put that Russian sage back there, which it loves full sun. I'm trying to give it as much sun as I possibly can in this bed. I just don't know. Either that or my Mystic Spire Salvia might be able to go right there. It might be able to handle the part sun area. Anyway, you can see I'm not completely set on this, but I think this is the way it's going to go. I have two more Russian sage back there, and then I have blanket flower right here. And I have another blanket flower that I have in a pot on my front porch, which I might bring that in. Again, like, I also have Mystic Spire's Blue Salvia that I want to transplant back here from in the front, but it's not quite time yet. So I'm going to wait, most likely. I don't know. I'm so indecisive. Okay. But anyway, blanket flower. And lastly, this one, again, I'm so excited about. This is Gatsby Pink Oak Leaf Hydrangea. And I know these are so filthy. We had so much rain yesterday, y'all, that it was heavy rain. So everything, all the pots, my shed is covered in like this dirty, muddy gunk. And so anyway, Gatsby Pink Oak Leaf Hydrangea, I think it'll do really well in this location because it will get some sun, but not a whole lot. And it can take that. And it'll get like afternoon sun a little bit. So I think this oak leaf can definitely handle that. I have another oak leaf that handles afternoon sun until 2 p.m. So I think it will be okay. And this will get, what did it say? 6 to 8 feet tall and wide. Oh my gosh. Let me see. Hang on. Yeah, 6 to 8 feet tall and wide, zones 5 through 9. I have another oak leaf. That one is supposed to be a dwarf Alice oak leaf, and it's supposed to only be 3 to 5 feet tall and wide, and it's already 6 feet tall. So I can't, this thing's gonna fill this entire space potentially, and that's okay. Oak leaf hydrangea will be beautiful. And this is like, sorry, you're gonna see a wagon there, but if I turn around, this is my side yard, and coming in through that gate, all you will see is this beautiful oak leaf hydrangea with some blanket flower and daylily and Russian sage in front of it. I think it's going to be absolutely beautiful. So that's the layout of the garden as I see it. Oh, I didn't talk about this. Okay. On this side, I don't know if I'm going to keep it here, but this is my Limelight Hydrangea Standard that really kind of struggled and is on the dying bus. I don't know. I did scratch this earlier and it's still green, but I just don't know if it's going to die or not. If it survives, then I think I might keep it there. That will be a good spot for the Limelight Hydrangea. But if it dies, I'm going to get a Japanese maple and put it in a pot, which that is a pot, and keep that there. So, and then to level things out, because there's something in a pot over here, I might end up taking out that Russian sage and putting a pot back there with something there. A limelight probably would work there as well, but I haven't quite decided. So that's the plan. But right now, I'm just waiting for my husband to get the tiller so that we can take all these plants out, and then we're going to till the compost and the expanded shale in and get the soil ready for everything. So one of the things that we need to do because some of this, watch out Gummy, some of this area does have some of our zoysia grass still over there, and that's where we're going to be planting. So this is my husband Dave.
Hello.
And he is taking this square, I'll explain that in a second, but he's cutting that sod out and he's going to be placing that right here and right here. That's where we previously had some garden stones. He already did that one. And so we're just going to fill that area in with the sod so that there's not like empty squares. And I think that's the only area that we're going to have to do that with is that patch of grass right there. Okay, so we have tilled in the compost, or at least 6 bags of compost, and given, I mean, the soil was a little bit compressed and hard, but as far as it not being like solid clay, we're actually pretty good to go. In that, there were also a lot of roots from Virginia creeper. Let me see if I can find that vine. Yeah, this whole thing had Virginia creeper all underneath our trampoline. And that's what that is. It's a vine that kind of grows all up the trees in this area. Anyway, so we got it done. And then in terms of the expanded shale, I decided 3 bags may not be enough for us to actually till it in the entire soil surface. But what I will be doing is mixing it in to the holes where the plants are going to go. So I'm still planning on using some compost. I have 2 bags left. Some compost for the holes and then expanded shale, and then mix that up 50-50 with the soil that's existing. And then that's where each plant will go. And that should be really, really good. Thing that we decided last minute kind of is to go get some garden border from Lowe's. It's like this metal garden border that I have right here that distinguishes the grass from the planting area and gives it a nice clean line. So we might go get that garden border before we start. I haven't decided. We haven't quite decided yet. Depends on what my husband feels like doing. So there you go. Okay, so we decided against the metal garden border for now. Those things have gotten really expensive. For 8 feet, we're looking at $30, and we needed 42 feet of it. So we're looking at like $160 to get what we needed, which isn't, I mean, in my mind, let's get things planted. We can think about a garden border later, but here we go. Like, I have kind of edged it out to where I want to be, and now I'm just going to be laying out the plants. I think I'm going to work from the back up, so that's how I'm going to go, and I'm just going to film it in like fast speed so that you guys can enjoy that. Just keep in mind I'm going to be digging the holes, and then I'm going to be mixing up compost and expanded shale with the original dirt that's been tilled with compost. And also I will be using biotone in each and every one of the holes so that the plants have a good like starter fertilizer to get them started, and we should be good to go. It's nice and overcast. It is humid. You see me sweating. It is 80, I'll bet it's 85 degrees right now, and super humid. So it is kind of warm, but for the plants, they don't know the humidity. So 85 degrees is not too bad. And we're supposed to get potentially some rain later tonight and tomorrow. So that'll all be great conditions for these guys. So here we go. this for about 2 hours now. It didn't seem like it would take me this long to do what I needed to do, and I didn't get all of it done either. But the soil, even though we tilled it, that's like 3 or 4 inches deep down as far as I needed to dig. There were so many roots to contend with. And I'm just a small girl. I'm 4'11", y'all, and it's just hard for me to break up those roots with a shovel. And to be honest and fair, my husband did volunteer to do that, but I felt like he did enough with all of the tilling. So I did this all on my own in about 2 hours, and I got like 12 plants planted. I just wanted y'all to see the bumblebee has already found the Veronica. He's so cute. He's behind there now. There you go. He's so cute. Anyway, I think it's looking good. I haven't even done the border yet. I still have to do the Stella d'Oro daylilies and then the lemon sedum. So that's going to border all of that. But I wanted to get all of the interior plants done first. I'm going to have to pick up where I left off tomorrow morning. Luckily, it's Labor Day, and I'll be laboring in the garden. Who can think of a better thing to do on Labor Day, right? So you'll see me pick up in the morning. Well, as you've noticed, it is the next day, the next morning. It's a nice cool morning, but I'm already sweating like crazy. But I planted this oak leaf hydrangea, the Gatsby pink oak leaf, leaving it plenty of room, knowing it'll get 6 feet tall and wide. I've got a blanket flower there, and I've got 2 Russian sage there. I had bought 3, but I just don't really think I have room in that full scent area for 3 of them. And I didn't have room here like I thought I was going to. And so, you know, that's how it goes. But I haven't planted the border. That is still to come. I'm going to do that right now. And then I forgot, I have this whole, I guess you could call it a flat of Sweet William. This is double Sweet William that they get actually really big blooms. I could cut that into about 4 and plant them. And I wanted to plant them out here. I think I have room like back there. I might have room in between these plants and the daylilies. Remember, there's going to be a row of daylilies and a row of sedum, and I want to leave room for them, but I think I have room for some Sweet William dotted all throughout that, or I have one big space available right there. And like I said, that's going to be like a part sun kind of location. That is definitely shade. It's just so interesting because as you come out here, this is going to be, although, you know what, that's going to be a little more shade. I'm going to have to find a plant that can do like a part shade situation for that, but that's okay. We can do that later. But anyway, that's what we're doing. I'm going to do the border, and then I'm going to see what kind of room I have for these Sweet William. my goodness, I am finally done. Wow, I just sat down for a little tiny break and counted all the plants that I planted, and I think it totals about 53 plants. 20 lemon balsedum, 12 daylilies. Oh, that's right, I forgot the 2 Gerber daisies, so that's 55 plants. 10 perennials I got on sale, 5 from Proven Winners, so that's 15. Then I got, things that I already had, such as blanket flower. I split Sweet William into 3 plants, split Gerber daisy into 2 plants. I had 2 yarrow. Whew, okay, but it's done and it looks so amazing, y'all. I really, really feel like the daylilies and the lemon balsedum just set it off as a garden border. Like, you can't see the daylilies as much, but they will grow really quickly and be this beautiful pop of lemon, or yellow color. But I mean, I think the foliage of the daylilies are super complementary to the rest of the garden, as is the lemon balsedum. I just can't, get over it. Back here, the latest I did this morning was the Russian sage, the blanket flower. Here's where I put one of the Sweet William. I had a huge thing of it, and I think I filmed this, y'all. I don't even know anymore, but I had a huge thing of Sweet William that I grew from seed this year, and I apologize, this is the neighbor's dog. But anyway, one of the Sweet William, the biggest one, goes there, and then of course that oak leaf hydrangea is going to be amazing back there. Texas rock rose, Veronica, Gerber daisy, Sweet William goes there, Sweet William goes there. Another Gerber daisy, some Cheyenne Spirit echinacea. That's the yarrow back there. And then, all of my shade or part shade plants are back here. So Invincible Mini Mauvette, Firelight Tidbit, Perfecta Mundo Fuchsia Carpet. This one, I'm so in love with this. This is Paisley Pup Dog Hobble or Leucothoe. Then just hydrangea macrophylla, and then this container will definitely stay there. That limelight hydrangea could not come back to life. It is possible it will not come back to life next spring, and if it doesn't, I'm going to put a Japanese maple in that container. And of course, down below is Vinca and Dichondra that will go away after the winter time. But I just think it looks absolutely lovely overall. Gosh, I don't even know. Just the planting part of it took 4 hours at least. A couple hours yesterday, and actually quite a few yesterday, so 5 hours. As far as the stones, we haven't really come to an agreement on what stones to use for this path so that we can get the lawnmower out. But that's kind of temporary for now, and we'll figure that out. And also, we're going to get a garden border of some kind to put around this as well. But for now, that lemon balsedum looks great. I just have to keep my dogs out of this garden. It's already been a little bit of a struggle. So anyway, thank you all for joining me in this process. I hope that you all enjoyed it. I hope you all got some ideas for new garden beds in your spaces, especially if you're in North Texas. These are all plants that do very, very well here. And I hope you all have a beautiful day. Bye-bye, everybody.